Steve here, just to finish off the rest of the videos there on the sliding transducer mount. And I've got it all installed with 2 bolts going through the transom plate, and I've got 1 bolt going through here with a packer just to give it extra strength. And I can get to the other side of this, so perfect place to get into, and it's all super strong then. So there's no wobbling like there was with that other thing. So basic operation is just loosen off with the hand, the eye, tuck it up behind the transom, and you get a key with it. Just tighten up with the key, just helps you. It's just easier to turn that way. And tighten up the little lock nut. There you go. Just tighten up the little lock nut with your hand, and then just get the key on there. Give it a couple of turns, and that's locked. You can't undo that. So that's locked in behind the transom there. Oh, once you get in the water, loosen off the lock nut with your key, and take it off with your, undo that with your hand. Use your key to undo that, drop it down. That's just the position you first set it in, which was according to their specifications or recommendations. We'd have the transducers a little bit deeper. Tighten it up, get your key and do up your nut with that, with your hand. A couple of locks, and that's super tight, you can't get that undone, no chance. You can, if you lose the key or whatever, you just use a shifter, but you just have to go from the shifter from the top, not from the side, as you usually would. You have to use that lock nut because then there's no chance of this coming off. Now I have security tabs in here anyway, so if that ever did come off, the carriageway here can't come off the channel, and there's no way that can come off. If that did come off, if your mate did it and he didn't do it up tight enough, then it isn't coming off anyway. You'll probably hear it rattling around, but at least you've saved it. At least you've saved it and it's not flying around the place. Just get a new eye nut, and I can send you one or whatever. If you're doing this and you find that why isn't this working, it's because that lock nut is always too tight. If that lock nut is too tight. If you loosen off the lock nut, it's easy to move. It's always the lock nut that is making it go, oh, it's a bit stiff or whatever. So just keep that in mind when you're operating it. Just loosen off the lock nut and then you can get in there easy. Everything moves fine. Moves fine. Loosen off that lock nut so you can move it. Built out of 3mm stainless steel, all 316. I don't polish them, but I can. Most aluminium boats probably don't need it all polished up, but I can polish them up as well. But that's just extra time, and time is money, obviously. But I do them in a nice satin finish, electro polished, and then just a nice satin finish to give it a nice look. Looks a lot like the aluminium then. This one here I've created with its own transducer mount. It was using the plastic, so we got rid of all the plastic bits. I just made a new heavy duty support for that. If you're interested in one, then the best way to do it is to tell me where you are in the world, and then tell me what transducer you got, and also if it goes ahead, then I need as much information as possible. I need to see the transducer that you've currently got set up. I just want to know the transom, the dead rise angle of the boat, just with photos. You don't have to work it all out. Just give me photos of this direction here so I can see how far this plate is from the bottom of the boat. I want to see the transom angle, just to see how steep that is, and the dead rise angle, but I can see that if you take a photo from the back, I'll be able to see how, is it a flat bottom boat or is it deep V? Just need to see that because that might influence a couple of things. This channel here is 300mm long, so you want to make sure you've got enough room. This one's got a step underneath it, but there's plenty of room. Let me know if you need any more information. You can email me on tigintegrity@bigpond.com. So there it is, the sliding transducer mount, a lot more heavier duty than these little ones here. A lot more heavier duty than those ones, which are held on by plastic, which is screwed in through the aluminium and then screwed into the plastic. So you know that screw's only held in by the plastic there, so there's not much holding that on. I'd really appreciate if you can make a comment, a bit of feedback, or what you think of the sliding mount. It would be interesting to hear what you've got to say in regard to the sliding mount. Thanks for watching.